Hello guys, it's Monday the 17th of April 2010, or 2010, listen to me, 2010, 2017, 2017, and it's bum time. Bum time, where did I get the funny voice from? Need a bit of coffee to clear the old throat. Too much chocolate over the Easter. I say, like everybody else, you've been stuffing your faces with the chocolate, except for the people who might be a bit, as I got diabetes and things, they're staying away from the chocolate. But old Simon Kemp is one of those people who has to stay away from the too much chocolate. Tough. Anyway, enough of that, lads. Let's have a look at what I've been up to. Since last week, shall we say, we'll do it from since last Monday. I've got this finished, which you've probably seen because it's on I did a standalone video for it. My entry to Mr. Nuno Costa's group build, opening the kind of World War II, anything to do with World War II, which is quite a vast subject, and there's plenty you can do in it. Now, as you see, I have my fire, and what's inside the fire are these things here. And what they are is I get them in the pound shop, and there's a packet with 3 of them in the packet. I know that it's really affecting the light here in the camera, I do apologise. It's just it's so white. And what it is, it's just a cheap little tea light that comes, little button battery and a little on-off switch on it, right? These things are so flimsy, so cheap and things like that they're not even screwed together, they fall apart. So there's a little kind of locator marked pin there, like. So what you do is just get in behind it like that and pop it off. There it is, and that is my lighting unit in its entirety. So we'll just turn it on, see? And if I just pop off the tank, because the tank isn't glued on, and we look at the bottom of this. If you look at the bottom of that now, you see I have a little hole here. So that hole ups up, and it's just enough. It's just the right size to take that little, the little kind of. I have to turn it off now. It's just enough to take this little wedge kind of thing here. So that sits into it. So it sits in reasonably tight, if you know what I mean. It's a nice tight fit. We like tight fit. Giggity. So there we go. And when it fits in, it doesn't want to frickin' fit in. There we go. And when it fits in, the fire lights, and the fire flickers away there like that. And if I go down and look at the fireplace, you can see that it flickers. Right, let's have another little look around here. We've got one chap sitting down, he's looking at the chap singing. We've got the chap in the accordion. And like I said, we have our SU-100, which I must admit came out absolutely fabulous. It's a lovely, lovely kit. It really, really is. It's a very, very nice kit. Very, very nicely went together. Those tracks, as flimsy as they looked in the box, and all that, they turned out lovely. They really, really are very, very nice. And in looking at pictures of actual SU-100s and things like that, they are very, very. The Russian tracks are very, very thin, and you know, they're not as meaty, shall we say, as the German ones or the British ones. So it's reasonably to scale. So I'm quite chuffed with that, and chuffed to bits with how it came out. And big thank you must go out to Mr. Simon Kemp for all the cobblestones, blocks, cappings, and all that kind of those. Basically, my diorama, I must thank him for. Even though I had to do all the work, but I wouldn't have been able to do it without Simon's contribution and all the little bits and pieces. All those cobblestones, yep, they were laid individually, one by one, little stones. I started it on Monday night after the last week's B.U.M. Started doing the base for that. Started laying them in, and it took me about 2 days, and it was a kind of a marathon session. And what I did was I just stuck headphones on my head bit of Pink Floyd, and away I went, and I got the cobblestones all nicely laid and filled in, and that all finished off, and I was really, really chuffed with the outcome on that. So that's my entry for Mr. DeCosta's group build and the World War II thingy jiggy. And I knew I'd have problems getting in this one because there we go. It fits in. It fits in. I swear it fits in, and it works away absolutely beautiful. So we put that away up on its shelf. There we go. Pride of place on its shelf. So what else have I been up to? I did practically nothing on the ZIL 131. I just basically got what I had cut off and done up, finished, if you know what I mean. Well, I've still a bit more detail painting to do. I've got that's all ready. Basically, the chassis is done. The wheels, I've got to think again about the wheels. I put on a coat of primer, and being rubber wheels, when you go fitting them on, you got to they're kind of stressed to get them on. So the slightest bit of movement will do that, and it will crack all the primer. So it's a case of I'm going to have to clean all them off, and they'll just have to stay as bare rubber. But what I might do is I might give them a bit of a light sanding, and that will kind of take that shiny new plastic look off them, hopefully. It won't really matter on that one because it's already fitted, if you know what I mean. There's going to be no more pressure on that. There's nothing going to be touching off it. So the pressure on that doesn't really matter a damn. So that's the ZIL. There's a bit of detail work, painting and stuff to be done inside the cab, and then I can assemble the cab. Right, there's decals to go onto the dash. There's a little bit of detail painting on that. And once the dash is done, and I can start reassembling all these things. And once the cab is done, it's, you know yourself, it's nearly done at that stage. But it's just all the finishing off can take as long as the building, and in my case, it's taken longer. I basically what I did was I just took a couple of days off. I just hadn't the mojo to model, if you know what I mean. I was just the 2 or 3 days that I put in finishing off the Nuno de Costa's Dio thing. I was just so intense that I just needed a break, and I wasn't in the humour then for doing fiddly styrene bits and things like that. So I just said, I'll get back to it. So I started again last night, and I started working away on that, and I've plans in for today. The Panzer 3 from Dragon have it still in the exact same state. I must admit, I opened this box about 6-7 times, got everything ready to start, and just no, haven't started. Just haven't started it yet, lads. I do apologise. I want to get the truck out of the way because there's fiddly parts and everything. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to finish off the truck, and then I'll get started on that. Well, that's the plan. Best laid plans of mice and men. You mean how many of us actually carry out our plans? And of course, don't forget the Operation Torch. Mayhem Hill, model building Mayhem Hill, has put up one of his final reveals. He did an absolutely beautiful job of an 88 and a Famo and things like that. And when you see it and realise that it's actually in 1/72 scale, it's a case of wow. And he did some lovely little scratch building and additions to the Famo to make it look 10 times better than the kit by just changing bits and pieces. Go over and watch it. Take a look at his final reveal. It's absolutely fabulous. So that's that one. I have my final reveal done. Also, Beasley is finished, and he did an LRDG group, and absolutely fabulous work on the figures. Really top notch on those figures. They're the ultimate. They really are. They're going to take some beating, I can tell you that much. But there's still plenty of time, lads. There's still plenty of time. It's open until the I think it's July, 31st of July. So you've got what? This is only April, May, June, July. You still have 3 months. You should be able to get a kit. You should even have time now to order a kit. Wait for it to come, build it, paint it, make a die for it, and still have plenty of time. Okay, so you've got 3 months left, lads. Yes, there's a couple of us finished, but like I said, there's 3 months. Some people work at a fast rate, some people work at a slow rate. Anyway, and don't forget, lads, the prize for that is this beautiful kit here from Dragon, which is the Type 95 Light Tank Hago early production, and it's a Dragon Smart kit, and that's the prize I'm giving away for the best entry in the Operation Torch Group build. It's just a way of saying thank you, lads, for entering. I'd like to give a prize to everybody, but I can't afford it. So that's really my bum for this week. Very little in my Easter bum. The Easter bum, like you have an Easter bonnet, I have an Easter bum. Oh yes, my chocolate of the week. Being Easter and everybody is up to their eyeballs in chocolate. I'm telling you one thing, if I eat any more barful chocolate, I'll tell you that much straight out. So I've decided that my chocolate of the week would have to be special, wouldn't it? Because everyone's having chocolate, and what kind of chocolate can you recommend to somebody who's basically spent the week eating chocolate? So I decided that this week's chocolate of the week, wait for it, yes, it's a banana. This week's chocolate of the week is a banana. Healthy option, better for your teeth. And we're all too much chocolate this week anyway, so we'll take a break from the chocolate and we'll go fruit. So this week's chocolate of the week is a banana. What's next week's chocolate of the week going to be? A dog? I don't know. More than likely we get back to the chocolate. It's just there's so much chocolate this week. Anyway, lads, that's my update. That's my bum. Catch you up during the week. I'm sure I'm going to have an update on that Zill, because once I get started, I get stuck in. I nearly. It can only go two ways. It can be finished off by the end of the week, or not. There's logic for you. Good, solid sense logic. It'll either be done or it won't be done. That's a good Irish answer for you as well. Will it be done by the end of the week? Sure it might. Anyway, that's my update. That's where I am. That's where the channel is. And I'll catch you up again, like I said, next week. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please do so. I do appreciate it. Don't forget to stick a like. The old thumbs up button. It's nice to see the old likes popping in. Don't forget dislike if you don't like it. I'm not telling you what to do. But it is nice to see the likes. It makes, it just goes to show I'm doing something right. For once in my flipping life. Anyway, lads, that's it. Take care. Stay tuned, like I said, to the channel for updates and God knows what else. And be nice to one another. And don't forget, go out and buy a kit and build it. And have fun. Catch up next week, lads. John, signing off.